Our public health consultant, Nabrasi Akanem, joins us to share his view on countries turning to a rapid antigen test to contain the second wave of COVID-19.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining in. It's good to have you join in.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So we are looking at the option, which, as we gather, is faster, is cheaper, but it's inaccurate. Talk to us about that.
Okay, the major problem, the major setbacks with COVID-19 testing across the world has been issues around the cost, of course, the turnaround time and accessibility.
Yes.
And you've seen that the world has been grappling to see how they can test more people and, of course, reduce the cost of testing per person. And that is where the rapid antigen testing really came in. With the rapid antigen testing, we can be able to test more people within a limited period of time because the turnaround time is within minutes. We can also be able to test a lot of people within a limited budget because the cost is less than the PCR testing. Well, the major drawback, like you've said, is issues around sensitivity and reliability of the test. And so the best decision, the best way to go around that is to limit the antigen testing to only asymptomatic patients, people that haven't developed full symptoms, while we allow people who have developed symptoms and people in critical conditions to be tested with the polymerase chain reaction test. Now, with this, we will lower or reduce the burden, on the PCR testing, since we have limited in terms of resources, financial resources to be able to get that. So, fine, we said that the antigen testing is less reliable, but then it will help us, not just in Nigeria, but across the world, to be able to close the gap, in terms of testing. And it is not that it's absolutely not reliable, but we are saying that compared to the PCR testing, it is less reliable, but to an extent, it is effective.
So what makes this less reliable to the PCR test?
Oh, okay. PCR testing, what we call the polymerase chain reaction, actually tests for the nucleic acid, of the virus. On the other hand, the rapid antigen testing tests for the protein, of the virus. That is the protein on the surface of the virus. Now, for nucleic acid, science has proven that nucleic acid are more reliable, even beyond COVID-19, even in diseases or probably in conditions like hepatitis, HIV. The use of antigen testing is less effective because antigen testing only tests for the proteins, while the PCR testing tests for the unit of life, which is the nucleic acid. So the nucleic acid is more specific. If the virus is there, the nucleic acid would definitely show. But for the antigen, there could be some false negative where somebody can be tested and then it is negative. And of course, on the other hand, it is actually positive. So the sensitivity is what makes it less reliable. While PCR is more sensitive, antigen test is less sensitive because it tests only for the proteins of the virus, not the nucleic acid itself.
Okay, so are there possibilities of, for lack of other words now, upgrading this antigen test, to match up or to measure up to the PCR test?
Absolutely. I will tell you that a lot of companies like Roche is already rolling out plans, to develop a more sensitive but rapid testing that will come by towards the end of the year. Even our Abbott laboratory is also looking in the same direction. That will be coming by the first month of 2021. So companies across the world are actually, looking into the shortcomings or the drawbacks with the currently available rapid diagnostic test, and they are working towards ensuring that they would come up with a testing methodology or testing tool that will be able to test with high level of sensitivity, but at a very good turnaround time. So we'll have that towards the end of the year.
Yeah, because we know that, I mean, so far we know that US, Canada, Italy, and even Germany have are subscribing to this and have ordered in large quantities and all of that. Now, away from that, winter is coming, and the virus is quite synonymous with the flu. Which usually comes with the winter. This would complicate things, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. In fact, I would tell you that the reason why you see, a number of countries like the US, Germany, most of these countries, the reason why they are actually going, forward to ensuring that they test and identify as many cases of COVID-19 as possible is because with the coming of the winter, it's going to really complicate issues. Winter, the influenza that comes with winter is always already a problem to the temperate region. Now, coupled with COVID-19, it's really going to spell doom. And so that is why I think most of these companies are looking towards seeing how they can mop up, the burden of COVID-19 so that when the winter comes, they can be able to better manage the influenza.
Dr. Akanem, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts in this direction. We appreciate it.
Thank you.